Hello, everyone. Been about a week since I went live, so I thought, why not go live again? Let me share the stream real quick. Um, so the next episode of Vodeon should be out tonight, or at the very least tomorrow morning. I have the video edited. I just have to make the thumbnail for it and then upload it. So it's going to be Prelude to Rebellion. So I'm excited for that. And then Titus, the rest of us, we are reading Outlander now. So I think Titus already finished it, but I need to read it, and so does Ken. But I actually got to get Prelude to Rebellion out first. So before I guess I can read both and put it out. But anyway, so what's been going on in the community? Not a whole lot. I don't think. Legends Expo renamed themselves to Legacy Expo. I don't understand why they did that. I don't know if I don't know. I don't know why they did that. I don't see the purpose in it. I don't know if it's to I don't know why they did that. I have no idea. And it doesn't make sense either because there's a legacy era within Star Wars, but it's a controversial era, so I don't understand it. So I don't know. But it's still on. It's supposed to be in 33 days. So I don't know. But I don't know why they changed their name. If you know, let me know because I have no idea why. I don't understand it. And I tried looking for announcements and whatnot. Well, they have me blocked on Instagram, so I'm not even able to look on there. And I'm not using Instagram at the moment, but I tried looking on different places and I could never find out why they named themselves or renamed themselves. I try checking their website, and nothing is coming up. So I don't understand. But I'm sure I'll eventually figure it out. Because maybe it has something to do with the lawsuit that Legends Con is doing, like the convention. I don't know. What's up, Alex? Yeah, they're attacking Alex on Instagram. I don't know. It's kind of funny though. Everything's pretty good, bro. How's it going with you? Alex, do you know why they changed their name? Changed their name, rather? Because I don't understand it. I've tried looking. Well, let me look through the FAQs real quick. No, there's nothing on here about it. Yeah, I don't see anything about it. Well, Legends Expo renamed themselves to Legacy Expo. And I don't know why. I know the Expo part they had to change, but originally they were Legends Expo. Now they're Legacy Expo. And I don't know why. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking because of the lawsuit, between Legends Con and Legacy Expo. So I don't know. And like I said, they have me blocked on Instagram, so I can't look. I can't look at their their Instagram account. I guess you're asking what exactly is Legacy Expo? Well, basically, the first Legends Con that they did back in 2023, which was a huge success. After the con, Kyle fired. Kyle Rawlings is the guy who ran the convention. He created it. You know, it's his company, his brand. After the convention, he fired a lot of the what was her name? Catherine, I think her name is. Let me look here. Team. I think it's Catherine. No, Corinthia. He fired some people, and those people, and he fired them because they were really toxic, and Kyle just didn't want to work with them anymore, which is his right, by the way. Even if he didn't have a good reason, it's his right. So they ended up leaving, and they created their own convention. The problem is they kept all the social medias. They he fired all the they kept using his social medias and all this other stuff to promote their convention. They wouldn't give it back to Kyle. So Kyle had to kind of rebuild everything, and that's part of the reason why Legends Con 2 failed. And Legends Expo was a separate convention created by the people Kyle fired. It's probably just further go away from being copied so the courts don't get mad. Maybe. I mean, it was a success. It happened. Twin Sons got a lot of support from it. I mean, it was a success. How's it going, Scott? I mean, Friday they weren't being paid. Huh. These private conventions need to stop. There's no reason for them. I don't know. Oh, well, I didn't know that. That's true for sure. But yeah, so basically it's just a big crap show. But now I will say Legacy Expo does have an interesting guest list. I don't really want to read it off though, but most of it is the same as the first convention, so. But Legends Con, I want to make it clear. Kyle's guest list for Legends Con was way better than Legends Expo. 10 times better. Michael Stackpole, Kevin J. Anderson. Who else was going? Those were the guys I was most interested in meeting. You had Hollis and Paul Davids, the creator of creators of Jedi Prince. You had John Whitman, Galaxy of Fear writer, Dan Wallace, who wrote a whole bunch of the guides. Yes, Shannon Lynn McRandall, who physically portrayed Mara Jade, and a lot of like promotional media for her. Barbara Hambly. I mean, Chris Avallone, Troy Denning. I'm sorry, but the guest list that Kyle put together, and I think that's another reason why I think Legends Expo wanted it to be destroyed. This is my opinion. They knew that Legends Con had a better list. In my opinion, they had a way better list of people. Way better. I mean, Troy Denning, come on, dude. Come on. Say whatever you want about him, but he had a huge impact on the EU. So, and of course, same with Stackpole and Anderson. So, he's the only quote unquote big author that they have. I mean, Legends Con had at 3 big authors. I would throw Dan Wallace in there too. So that's 4 big authors. So I don't know. I mean, the rest of their list is just from what I saw was just smaller people, and some of them were going to Legends Con too. So I mean, their list is just not that good. I'm sorry, it's not. It's not that good. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's not Alex or Brennan's fault. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we can keep pointing blame, but ultimately, evidently, the problem was Legends Expo because now there's a lawsuit coming their way. So, but I do want to make that clear. The Legends Con 2 had 10 times better guest lists than Legends Expo. I'm sorry, they do. Because they have more quote unquote big authors, right? They have Troy Denning, Chris Avallone. I mean, he only did like one, well, and he did some comics too, like in the Clone Wars Adventures books. But I mean, that's a writer from one of the video games. I mean, one of the most popular video games, KOTOR 2, right? And it's a great game as well with a great story. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just Legends Con had a way, way better guest list, in my opinion. And I think there were supposed to be, yeah, there may have been more people announced too, had the convention been success, happened. But and it would have went, the proceeds would have went and helped Twin Sons, and not even like, and all the guests too, a lot of the big ones like Denning and Stackpole, they have other of course they've done a lot of other franchises as well, like Troy Denning with Halo and whatnot. Yeah, and Chris Avallone with Fallout. I mean, I I, I don't know. It's just, in my opinion, the Legends Con 2 guest list 10 times better. They're probably even the first guest list at the first convention, and definitely better than Legends Expo. Exactly. Exactly. It's just a better guest list. I'm sorry guys, it's way better. Even if you don't like I'm not the biggest Stackpole fan. Not to say I hate his books, it's just his books don't speak to me like they do other people, at least the ones I've read from him. But I've talked to Stackpole. I used to talk to him every so often on Twitter, and he was a really cool guy to talk to. I really like to hear his different points of view on different things. And yeah, I mean, he was just a cool guy from what I saw. So I would have, I was really interested in meeting him, and of course talking to him about his books. So yeah, Kevin J. Anderson would do it exactly. Yeah, I would love to meet Kevin too. I mean, I know that a lot of people hate his Jedi Academy trilogy, and I don't want to get into that debate because I don't care that much. I mean, I'm always going to like those books, but they're kind of what made me fall in love with the E more than I was. The Thrawn trilogy I really enjoyed, but it didn't make me fall in love with it, not like Jedi Academy did. Um, So, but I am biased because Jedi Academy, like I always wanted a story. You know, growing up, I really wanted to see what Luke's Jedi Order looked like, how he created it, and all that. And that book answered that question for me. So, I mean, or that trilogy of books rather answered that question for me. So, I mean, it's one of those things where I've kind of answered a question I always asked. You know, growing up and whatever. It definitely feels young adult. I don't disagree with that, and but it feels more like the films. It has a it no see that's what I like about Kevin. I mean, even though he is not the best writer, and I certainly acknowledge that, his Star Wars stories feel, they it understands Star Wars. It has the feel of Star Wars. You know, it feels like George Lucas wrote them. Yeah, they're not perfect. Yeah, there's problems with it, but you know what? It has heart. And George Lucas's original trilogy has heart. So exactly. But even then, the Thrawn trilogy, people bring up all the weird stuff in Jedi. I mean, Thrawn trilogy has freaking clones galore. Clone of Luke, clone of an old Jedi Master. I mean, there's a clone army for Thrawn. Thrawn has this, so he starts cloning people for to be stormtroopers and whatever. So I mean, what I'm saying is the Thrawn trilogy is not perfect. It's good. It's very good actually, but it's not perfect. Which I know everyone of course has acknowledged that, but Thrawn trilogy is not perfect. I hope everyone had a blessed Sunday. By the way, I went to mass this morning. It was very good, as always. So I've just been chilling out the rest of the day. Resting. So which is what you're, in my opinion, supposed to do on Sunday. You're supposed to rest. You're supposed to chill out, have some fun. Do something like this. Spend time with family. So, which I've kind of, sort of been doing. But yeah, so it was, and even Troy Denning, which I got my issues with Denning. I think like everyone does, but I mean, Star by Star is a great book. It's a great novel. It's one of the better books, one of the best books in the NJO. All the books in it are great, but that one was, of course, one of the highlights, right? I really want to do an NJO reread. Maybe one day. Whenever I do want it, I want to do like a book club kind of thing. Probably with Titus. I know he's read the first book. He liked it. He really enjoyed it from what he's told me. Um, but I mean, we've really been considering like doing because Vodeon, we just love doing it. I mean, and it seems like people watching it are enjoying it as well. I think it's a series that I can finish. I know. See, I remember doing the Legacy of the Force series that we did. As I was reading that, of course, we never finished it because I never finished the series. Um, Plus, most of the people involved weren't that keen on doing a series like that, which is fine. Um, but I mean, Titus, we've thought about doing like a post Jedi read of different things, or like how we have for like Clone Wars stuff. We've thought about doing it for post Jedi because it would be kind of the inverse. Because Titus is like a Clone Wars fan. That's his main era. The prequels as a whole, but specifically the Clone Wars. That's his era. That's his favorite era. For me, it's the post Jedi stuff. So of course I've read most of it, at least up until NJO, right? Or no, not really, not even that. The first few books of Legacy of the Force. So I've read most of that stuff, not all of it, but I've read a huge portion of it. So it would be one of those things where you know we would do that, and it's actually me for me it'd be a reread for most of it. Some of it I'd be reading for the first time, but most of it would be a reread. For Titus, most of it would be his first time as well. So it's one of those things but then we also have like that Marvel series that we're doing that we want to do. We're still trying to figure out when we're going to do that. So, but we don't really know like an end for that series would look like because, well, I mean, we could read Marvel comics forever. I mean, there's so many of them, thousands of them, right? So it's something I'm gonna talk with Titus about. We may just read through like one run. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But so I don't know. But I would love to do that. I'd love to reread a lot of those post Jedi books again. I mean, I think that would be great. That would be awesome because that's my favorite era. That's where I started. Back in 2019 when I first read Heir of the Empire. Isn't it crazy? It's been 6 years since I've started this EU journey, reading this stuff. Isn't that crazy? Definitely don't regret it either. But we'll see what happens. We'll see. Some of it would be my first time though. Like a lot, especially some of those early post Jedi stuff, like Shadows of Mindor, the X-Wing comics, Jedi Prince, the X-Wing novels. I mean, once it gets to Core Ship Inside, that's where I've read pretty much most of it. Not all of it, but a huge majority of it. It's been 29 years for me. Fair enough. I wish I could say the same thing. I wish I was around when all this stuff was, still hot. But anyway, I think that'd be a lot of fun though. That series would be a hell of a lot longer because if we were to stop anywhere, it'd have to be NJO. We would probably stop there. But if Titus really wanted to continue, I would of course continue. I'd have to reread Dark Nest and re-experience that joy of a trilogy, right? That trilogy's so good. Yeah, no, it's not. But I have to reread that trilogy, and then we would get on to Legacy of the Force. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Tomorrow, I'm going car shopping. So I mean this so genuinely. Please pray that will go well because I have to have a car by January of next year because I'll be going to university next year, and if I have to have a car because the university I'm going to, um, well, it's far, so I'm gonna have to be driving by then. So please, 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 please pray for me, and that I will find a car that's good mileage, not too expensive, good quality. We're going to a dealership that my mom, I think she financed 3 cars from them, so they're a very good and reputable dealership where I live. So just please pray that everything will go well. Or that I will at least find one. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here in about 5 years, 5 minutes. You know, those are on the table for sure. Thank you, Alex. Yeah, I've got to be driving. My driver test is on October 20th. So I already have it scheduled. And I'll be practicing pretty much every day. So, for that. Man, I got to relearn how to parallel park. I've done it before. It's not that hard. It's a process, right? So, but I know even if I don't do too well on that, I know I know I won't fail the test. So, because where I live in Texas, first of all, I don't understand why parallel parking is so necessary. It is necessary, but with where I live, I don't know. But it is a skill that we are tested on, so but just keep me in your prayers. I really need it for sure. But I gotta text my deacon. I need his prayers, man. Oh, also something cool. I joined the Knights of Columbus. So that is pretty cool. I'm sure Scott knows what it is, but Alex, if you don't know what that is, it's a sort of like a fraternal brotherhood within the Catholic Church. It's just a group of adult men, 18 and up. They do a lot of charity work and whatnot for the church, and even for like just people who need help. Fundraisers, things like that. My church or my council at my church gives out scholarships to high schoolers and whatnot. So it's a really cool organization that I'm so happy to be a member of finally. So I think it's pretty cool. And my first meeting with the Knights is this Tuesday. Again, which will be, I can't wait for that. It's going to be awesome. But anyway, it's kind of everything I have to talk about. I don't really know what else to talk about. I mean, I guess I could talk about Matt. No, I've said that too many times. I don't know. But I am going to go ahead and get off of here because I do have some things I need to go get done. So thank you all very much for joining and chatting. It's just always fun. I need to start bringing people on here like I used to back in the old days. So back when I had my Discord server, y'all remember that? Y'all remember that Discord server that I used to have? The Jedi Praxium, y'all remember that? Jedi Praxium that was destroyed that by people I regret bringing into the fandom. Haha! That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, y'all have a good one, guys. Thank you very much for joining. Y'all have a good night.